Welcome to Objection. Objection! So, this is my preferred ORM for Node and Express apps. Let's talk about it a little bit. So yesterday we talked about connects, where we have an HTTP request come in. It matches middleware. We're looking for a match for the request, or a match for the method, match for the path. And it's going to send that to a route middleware. So route middleware is going to be responsible for sending back our HTTP response. And one of the things it can do get to our database. Our database is connected with connects. And we can use that to make just arbitrary queries. We can use it to manage the database with migrations and seeds and stuff. Objection is going to sit right here. So some of the things that we had in Active Record that we don't have with connects, like models, relationships, some of that kind of stuff. That's what we get with objection. So instead of saying, get these records out of this table that match this criteria, we say, give me all the dogs, give me all the blue dogs, that kind of stuff. Cool. Questions about where this fits in, big picture?
When you're talking about the middleware, you're talking about your specific app.get, okay.
The thing that, the function that you pass into that. So app.get is saying, hey, I want to match all get requests. Then if you pass a string into that, like /dogs, it'll go, cool, I want all get requests for /dogs, run this middleware function. And as we saw in the first Express lesson, you can match more than one. You can use more than one middleware for a match. So that might be log this and then authenticate the user and then have this route handle it. All those are middleware functions. Other questions? Okay, so to start with, let's see if we can get an Express app with a dog table and 3 dogs served from a database with connects. I'm going to give you, let's call it 10 minutes. See if you can do this. And then we'll add objection on top of that. If you get stuck, don't worry, do your best. See if you can read docs, see which parts you remember, look at your notes. 10 minutes, work on this, and then we'll go through it together and fill in any blanks. 10 minutes, go. All right, pencils down. So let's do a fist to 5. Fist is what the fuck are we supposed to be doing? 5 is it worked. How far did you get? Cool. Brian, let me see yours again. Excellent. Cool, not so bad. Thank you, Shelly. All right, let's go through it together. Okay, so empty folder, nothing up this sleeve, nothing up this sleeve. I npm init -y, and I'm in business. IMTM install express connects and SQLite 3. Again, we're installing the driver for SQLite 3, not the database. We already installed the database. We brew installed it or whatever else. This is what lets Express talk to SQLite 3. Slick. I make an index.js file. I bring in Express. I make an app out of it. Tell it to listen somewhere. Man, I keep hard coding in that port every time. Wonder if there's another way to do that. Yeah, there is. So we can say something like port equals process.env.port or 4000. It's a really common pattern. You see it a lot in Node, where if this has been set in the environment, go ahead and use that. If that's undefined, then it's going to fall back to this. That's how you do it default. Now I can say port. Also, listen takes an optional second argument. It's a function that runs every time that your app starts listening. So you could say something like, console log. Actually, you can even do better than that. Listening on port. So now every time I fire up the app, it'll tell me what it's listening on. Check this out. Node index.js, listening on port 4000. All right, what if I'm already using port 4000 somewhere else? Listening on port 5000. Pretty cool. Little stuff. All right, so we make a route handler for dogs. I'm going to inline it. You don't have to. You can break it out into a separate function if you want. I'm going to hard code in some dogs. And response.json. Like that. Cool. So I should have some kind of working Express app now. If I node, and I'm already getting tired of typing all that out. So how about I add a start script? I want to start this with node index.js. Well, I told you guys about NodeMon yesterday. Why don't we use that? Sick. So now I can run my app. And if I go to localhost 4000/dogs, I see a dog. All right, things are wired up okay so far. Questions about this first part?
I'm throwing an error whenever I try to start my node index.js about a configuration option client is missing.
Ooh, interesting. How does your screen look different than my screen? Actually, why don't you go ahead and screen share. Let's take a look. Oh, you're already at the connects part. All right, we can still fix this. So, let me see your connects file. Okay, so that has a client. Let's see how you're bringing it in. Go back to your index.js. Aha, you brought in the config file, but you didn't bring in the specific environment that you're in, which is development.
Oh, got development. All right. Sweet.
Now try it.
Cool.
All right. Onward. All right, so I've got it working hard-coded. Other questions about this? Neat. Let's connexify it. So I'm going to npx connects migrate make create dog table. Yeet. Oh yeah, I should probably install Connects and shit first. All right. I installed Connects earlier. I need to init it. So npx connects init makes me a Connects file. I can do what Brian did. Just get rid of everything except the development one. We can run with defaults on this. That'll work. All right, now, what if I make that migration again? There she blows. If I open up this migration, syntax for this, difficult to remember. It takes some practice to get this one down. Return, it's the most important part. Always return out of these functions. Connects.schema.create table. Call it dog. And then we can say table.string name, like table.boolean is neutered. And this one is return connects.schema.drop table if exists dog. Sick. So I can npx connects migrate latest. And then when I fix by error on line 5, which was, oops, these are not supposed to be commas. When I fix my syntax error, put it in. So let's seed some buddies. npx connects seed make some dogs. Cool. Go over to my seeds. Man, I really don't like that. Irritates me every time. I'm gonna make this an async function, and I'm going to await connects dog del. That'll clear out my table. And then I'm going to await connects dog insert name Bixby is neutered true. Harmony's a guinea pig. I don't think they let you neuter those. So we'll say false. Cool. So I've got some seeds. Can I run those seeds? npx connects seed run. All right, they're in there. So let's take this database that we just set up and this Express app that we just set up and make them talk to each other. We'll pull in connects. We'll pull in our config. sure you grab the right environment. And then let's make a database connection. Oops, not require connects config. Cool. Database connection done. And to use it, we're going to database dog select, and then whenever that finishes up, we'll take our dogs and respond with them. Because error handling is so fucking easy with chain promises. It's a crime not to do it. So if something goes wrong with any of that, we can console.error it also. And now we don't need this anymore. It's a beautiful day. All right, so if I run this app, hey, there's my homies. It coerced the Boolean to tiny ints, which is sort of interesting. Oh, it's because I'm in SQLite. SQLite doesn't have Booleans, it has tiny ints. Makes sense. Awesome. So that takes us up to today. Questions about anything that we've done?
What's just a typical error that might throw that catch?
Couldn't connect to the database. Anything that relies on a network connection can break. Even though this is technically an embedded database. Wouldn't have to be. Connects doesn't know that it is. Or I guess rather, my app doesn't know that's not over a network. Cool. So let's get into objection. Pull up the docs. So to install it, we need objection to connects. Hey, connects is already in there. Like objection uses connects for its database connection, and it also uses it for migrations and seeds. So that stuff is identical whether or not you're using objection. So npm install objection. And go ahead and follow along with me on this one. npm install objection. Come on, GitHub IO. Any second now, good gravy. There we go. So when we require an objection, we're going to destructure model out of it. So we'll do this. We'll do it here. Const model, capital M, require objection. Oops, lowercase o. Like so. Now, instead of, well, actually, we'll keep that. And that's going to end up being our, this is how Objection knows how to connect to the database. So we're going to say model.connects, and then invoke it with database. We take our database connection from up here, and we pass it into model.connects, which came in from Objection. Now Objection can connect to our database. Next, we make a model. So we could say something like class dog extends model. And then we need to tell it how to, what the name of the table is. So you do that with static get table name. Oops. Don't need a function. Static table name equals dog. Cool. We got a dog model. Now, to query, we're going to do dog.query, and that all by itself should give us our thing. Like that. Let's see if it works. Sure does. Oops. It's not as easy to do relationships as has many and belongs to, but it's a hell of a lot easier than managing them all yourself. You can have different, a whole bunch of different models. You can put them in different files. You can make computed properties. So computed property is like a property that's derived from data. So an example might be age. If I have the dog's birthday in there, then I can say, all right, well, today minus that, get the years, that's their age. Never store that kind of shit in a database, because then you just end up having to update it all the time. If you can calculate it, then you can put it on a model. And now you've got a place to do that kind of thing. Ta-da, that's Objection. Questions?
How do we then relate dog to an owner?
Oh, fine. So we need to have that represented in the database. You know, npx connects migrate make add owner table, and then we'll go to our new migration. So we actually need to do two things here. We need to make an owner table, and we need to add a foreign key in the dog table for owner. All right, can do. So easiest way to do this is make these async functions. And then you'll end up, we actually don't need to return anymore. We can say connects.schema.create table. So to await. Await that, make a table called owner. And it's going to have a name. And then we're also going to, we need to add a column to the dog table. So we'll await connects schema alter table. Well, let's see. Connects.schema, shit, how do you do this? All right, so if we go over to the schema building, we want to I know you just get the table, but you need to be in the schema mode though. Oh, it's probably just table. Yeah, that's it. Connects.schema.table dog. And then we can tell it to, it's just like we were making it before or something like that. So we can say something like table dot integer owner ID references ID in table owner. Oh shit, this needs an ID now. So this is going to be integer ID. Cool. And then we need to undo that the other way. So we're going to await. And you have to do it backwards. You have to do this one first and then this one. So that'll be connects.schema alter table, or no, I could probably just do table. Table dog and table dot drop column owner ID. Looks right. Yeah. Cool. So I'm going to drop that column, and then I'm going to connects.schema.drop table if exists owner. All right. So I've got that data in the migrations. We go over seeds. These need to look a little bit different now. So now we want to clear out the dogs and then clear out the owners. And then we're going to add some owners. And we'll say ID1 name is Kyle. And we'll say ID2 name is Elise. And then when we make these dogs, we have to give them owner IDs now. Cool. That should work. Let's see that it does. NPX connects migrate latest. Cool. NPX connects seed run. It's so. Let's prove it. SQLite 3. Oops. Crap. Schema. Hey, they're all in there. And if I do like select all from dog, inner join owner on dog.owner ID equals owner. You guys all remember how to do this stuff, right? Just like Damon talked about this morning, we do so much SQL stuff in this program. You guys are all just, you got it in your bones. You'll never forget how to write these join statements. Cool. Awesome. There they are. So now we need to be able to model this relationship. So if we go back over to this, we need an owner model. Okay, easy enough. Now there's no like has many or belongs to, like we don't have cool macros like that with objection. It's a lot more verbose, and it's not nearly as confusing as it looks, but it looks pretty fucking confusing. So you make this static property called relation mappings. That's step one. And you say the name, what you want to call this. Things don't get automatically pluralized and stuff. So you're like, all right, animal.owner, animal.people, like this is you saying what you want to type when you do that. So this will be static relation mappings. It's an object, and the key we want is dogs. It goes, okay, what kind of relationship is it? So we say that the relation, and you can guess this, belongs to one relation. How about has many relation? Cool. What is the thing that it has many of? Dog. And it's the actual instance of the class that you're relating to. And then, cool. From the database side, what's the join condition for these? And you say, I want to join from to. From is me, to is the thing that I'm joining to. So it's going to be like dog.id, dog.owner ID, owner.id. Owner is me, dog.owner ID is the thing that I'm relating to. And now I can do owner.dogs kind of stuff. I've established this relationship. So to use this, we're going to do a with graph fetched call. So let's see if I can find an example of it. Yeah, you're going to tack that onto the end of your query, and you're going to have the name, whatever you decided to name it, and it will get all of the rest of those. So like this becomes dog.query with graph fetched. And then this can be however far down you want it to follow these relationships. So you could say something like with graph fetched dogs. And now when I run this, oops. Oh, shoot, because I did it from the other side. I take it back. Let's do it with owners. So we can make an owners thing. So we'll do owner.query with graph fetched dogs. That's owners. Cool, that should work. Oops, something didn't like. Model class is not defined. Owner.relationship mapping. Model. Model class, not just model. That's why. And there they are. Now I've done ORM-y kind of stuff with relationships. Ta-da! That's objection.
So I got through it. My dogs aren't showing up. It shows the dog's key and then just an empty array.
All right, why don't you screen share? Let's work through it. All right. All right, so you're joining from owner.id to dog.ownerid. Let me see your seeds. Yeah, your dogs you don't have any owner IDs that you're joining to. So say what those yeah, owner ID is whatever. Did it work? You're muted.
Let me see.
You'll have to reseed also, by the way.
Okay. What was the reseed command again? It's
the same as,
npm.
so seeds are they're idempotent. That means it like puts the database in the same state every time you run it. So like reseeding is the same as seeding. That's the same thing.
Okay, so it's npm or npx connect seed.
npx connects seed : run.
Seed : run, yeah.
But that's why we delete all the records at the beginning of them. We can just run that as many times as we want.
No, it's still having. Hold on, let me reshare.
All right, screen share again.
So I'm getting error while executing.
Does not support inserting default values.
Oh wait, I didn't put it on the third.
All right. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, there they are.
Thank you.
Other connects or objection questions?
Yeah, I'm getting an error that I'm not creating my owners table. I don't know.
All right, screen share. Say look. Okay. Delete from owner, no such table owner. Let me see your seeds.
Wrong one.
Delete from owner, no such table owner. Back to your migrations. Create table owner. Oh, you have to await that on line 3 also. Cool. So to make that work, you're gonna have to roll back your migration. So you'll have to do connects, migrate, rollback, or connects, migrate, rollback. Cool. Now go forward. There you go. Cool. What else? Thank you. See you, gang.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks,
That's
Kyle.
awesome.